already know just where I be, dog. I ain't being cocky, but Philly what I'm reppin'. Watch me check it like it's hockey. I ain't tryna get it twisted. If you get it, then you got me. If you with it, cool. If not, I'll treat you like a Tamagotchi. I'ma let you down point. Yeah, I never disappoint.
What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to some online seasons on NHL 19. We have some Hockey Ultimate Team gameplay for you. And, I have to do this. And my team looks a lot different probably since the last time you guys saw it. So eventually here, I'm going to give you guys a little update on who's on my team. And, that will be for another video for another time. But anyway, today is a little bit of a different video. And I kind of wanted to just kind of vent about something. And, I'm kind of guilty of this too. But there's a lot of players on NHL that play a certain way, and a certain way is not, they have their own game style, right? They like to hit or full forecheck or what. Like, no, that's not what I'm talking about. It's the players that kind of just sit there and abuse, every single tiny thing like possible, and they can kind of get away with that. So, usually if you're building, a good team, you want fast players, you want players that have some kind of bulk to them. So if you're gonna hit someone, you're going to be able to hit him and not just have like a Johnny Gaudreau type team where he's just small. Yes, he has skill and he's fast, but you want to be able to hit people too. So it's like you want to, have a good rounded team. But these players will always have, big defensemen that not necessarily the best players, but they usually have some of the bigger defensemen. And it's kind of super annoying because usually these players aren't good, but since they have huge defensemen with big reaches and are able to stick their stick out, a lot farther than usual, it kind of abuses it in a sense because they're not building the best team. They're building players that kind of abuse the system in a sense. And not just, big defensemen or whatever. But like my team for most of this year has been not the best overall team, not the best, the best players team. It's always been fast players. And so far, up until I kind of recently upgraded my team, that's all I had was like those 82 overall players that were just quick. So it was Dylan Larkins, those Jonathan Drouin, like those type of players that were just fast. And that's all I really wanted. And, there's nothing wrong with that. But, when it came to like teamwork and actually like outmaneuvering people and, being able to hit people and play good defensively, like those players didn't do what I wanted to do. So since I upgraded my team, I've been playing a lot better. I've been playing, extremely well. And even against really tough opponents. Like I played one guy, just for a quick story. I played one guy, and the way he was playing, I don't remember exactly what his strategies were, but he made it very, very tough on me. And he played super well. He wasn't sitting back abusing the computers. He was kind of played like I do, but he had a really good trap game going. He had a really good forecheck going, and he knew how to play. And he was a very, very good player. And I even sent him a message after the match, and I was like, hey, that was a great game, man. Good game. You made it tough. And he sent a message back, I think it was the next day, and was like, GG's, man, that was super fun. And it was just a really good game all around. I mean, I wish I would have recorded it, but, I wasn't recording at the time. Just kind of a late night competitive seasons. I think it was Hut Champions at the time, gameplay. But back to kind of my point. And, there's players in this game that love to rag the puck. And if you don't know what ragging the puck is, it's kind of what I do a little bit, but I kind of switch off of it and go make it offensive play. So it's when you're usually, and I'll say usually very loosely, usually when you're in the lead and you obviously don't want the other team to get the puck so they have an opportunity to score. Usually it's kind of curl back into your zone, kind of waste time and just kind of play keep away from the other team. And, it's kind of frowned upon in the NHL community because usually people get really, really upset about it. And yes, I know this is all video games, but there's a certain way to do something. It's like camping in a corner in Call of Duty. Realistically, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is frowned upon because it's such just like a cheeky way to play, and a lot of people don't like it. And that's kind of the same thing with, you know, kind of not forechecking and just sitting back in a neutral zone trap. And same thing, you know, what was it, a year or two ago when the 1-4 was the big thing. All you had to do was sit back in that trap. You take the 1 that's supposed to be in the 1-4 and you go back and set on your blue line. And then no one can really enter your zone unless you did a lot of work or dumped it in. What's funny is, even when I say, you know, you shouldn't rag the puck, you shouldn't abuse the system, or you shouldn't abuse the computers, you know, people still do. And, you know, I'm not really at fault for doing it completely, because I actually, you know, try to put my players in good positions. I actually try to make plays, and I'm not just sitting back letting my computers do everything like some players do. And, you know, like I said, I'm guilty of a little bit, but it's the players that do that for the entire game, that, you know, sit back in the neutral zone the entire game and don't forecheck, right? And it's, I know I'm not bashing the guy I'm playing, by the way, either. Like, this guy didn't do it. You know, I kind of did it to him a little bit because I really needed this win to, I think it was advance to Division, I think I'm in Division 1 or in Division 2 now. And I needed to win this game in order to do that. So I played a little bit of keep away, but kind of also not, because I didn't do it to the point where, like, it was like my goal was to kind of play keep away. It wasn't. It was, you know, get the puck, go back, make an opportunity, and kind of circle back and, you know, make a, you know, make something out of it, right? It wasn't just play keep away to waste time. So, you know, even though I am guilty of a little bit, it's not really what I'm talking about. So, am I a hypocrite? Don't think so. But, you know, like I said, there's a way to play, you know, in the neutral zone trap. There's a way to play, you know, with big defensemen. There's a way to play of all these ways. And there's no right way to play. That's the other thing, is, like, there's no right way to play. But, you know, there's a lot of things that are frowned upon. Like even if you just look, like, right here, for example, right? I passed around my defenseman for a second and then kind of just worked my way up the ice, right? It's also a penalty kill. So if you look at real life, you know, usually the players, you know, the penalty kill will get the puck, play around with it for a second if they have the time, and then they'll fling it down the ice. Then the power play gets it, tries to work your way back up the ice, and then, you know, the penalty killers obviously try to stop it and get it back and waste that power play. And, you know, I've started to do that because a lot of times I'll, you know, try to make opportunities on the penalty kill, get a couple of good opportunities, and, you know, I'm actually pretty decent at playing shorthanded because I have the horrible discipline of taking a lot of penalties per game. So unfortunately, I'm pretty decent at penalty killing and pretty good at, you know, getting shorthanded goals and shorthanded opportunities when, you know, usually you wouldn't try to, but if you have the opportunity, you know, you should definitely go for it. But like I said, these players that, you know, that kind of sit back and abuse the system, like, someone needs to say something to these kids. And, you know, I'm trying to get less mad at doing it, but you gotta also think, you know, I'm trying to play competitive. I'm trying to, you know, play the best possible players, you know, I can, get the best rewards I can, and hopefully create a good video for you guys. But, you know, especially when I see other people playing and, you know, they play a certain way, right? They'll be up, you know, just say 1-0, or, you know, it'll be a 1-goal game, and they'll rag the puck. It's like, why? You're up 1. Are you that afraid of losing the lead? Like, there's a way to get in the offensive zone and waste the puck and kind of waste the time. But they're not doing that, right? They start their breakout, and as soon as you start forechecking, they back up. They go back around their net. They, like, go back. And it's a 1-goal game. And I've had people start to do that in, like, the second period. And that's what's super annoying. Now, if you're doing that with, like, a minute left, you know, it's super annoying, but I get why you do it. But, come on. I mean, it's just so frowned upon. And those are the same kids that, you know, you'd love to get on the mic and, you know, talk crap to and be like, you shouldn't have won that game. And, you know, kind of tell them off in a sense. But then they're going to report you because, you know, that's just how stupid Xbox kids are these days. You call them a jerk, and then they're like, nope, that's harassment. Gotta, you know, report that. And it's like, no, these kids would never have survived, you know, back in Xbox 360 Call of Duty days. They would never survive. And I mean, kids were full-on trash talking. Everyone was on the mic. You know, and it was just a constant trash talk fest. And regardless if you actually meant what you said or not, it was still fun to sit there and trash talk kids. You go +1 in a game. You talk major crap to the other guy because you had a better score than he did, or better KD, or whatever, right? But nowadays, they made all these rules and crap that's just like, it's super annoying because you can't say anything anymore, or else you're probably going to get your account suspended or whatever. And you can't send messages because, like, that gets instantly reported by the kid's parents. And it's just all around really dumb. But, you know, that's kind of just my vent a little bit. You know, kids kind of playing in really stupid ways and you know, kind of getting away with it. But I'm going to wrap it up here. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. Comment what you guys think. You know, do you guys encounter these guys that play like losers all the time? And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body so I can take you wherever. Like, I want you forever, even when we're not together. Scars on my body, I can